Not everyone left Ace Speedway with the track in their hearts. Some people felt like they were trying to dig their way to the front with spades. Others had to club their way to the front of the field. And at the end of the night, 2 drivers left Ace Speedway with all the diamonds in their hands.
This is Saturday night. On tour from the Chili's down the street from Ace Speedway starts right now. Everyone wants to be there on Sunday, but as every short tracker will tell you, there is no Sunday without Saturday night. And every week, all across the nation, late models own Saturday night. This is the ballad of the sport's backbone, its hometown, its weekly star, and its greatest racing. This is Saturday night. This is On Tour. Welcome back to On Tour. My name is Buddy Bully. I head up the late model coverage here on ATYL Media. Shout out to our buddy James Pike from Flow Racing for cameoing in the intro, and a big happy birthday to him as well. It was a rainy day in Altima Hall that, against all odds and weather forecast, hosted Race 5 of the Cars Tour season. We'll get to that here in just a little bit, but first we have some housekeeping to do. Last week on the show, we spoke to Caden Honeycutt after his third place run for Hettinger Racing. Well, the game of musical chairs over at Hettinger continues, as it was announced late last week that Parker Eatman would vacate his seat at the Mike Darn Racing number 4 car to take over the reins of the Hettinger Racing 71 for the remainder of 2025. Getting into the weekend's action at Ace Speedway, due to some schedule shifts, the Pro Late Model race followed the Late Model Stock event and was eventually cut short just past halfway because of the aforementioned rain. But it seems as though the Rick Ware Racing empire has finally found its niche, as Carson Ware scored the second straight victory for the team in the Pro Late Model division and the first of Carson's career. Going back in time to the Late Model Stock event, it was Landen Lewis cementing himself ahead of the Carnage and scoring his second career Cars Tour victory for KHI. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the rest of the results and the race rundown from Altima Hall. Taking a look at the results from the Folsom Fence 275 at Ace Speedway, Landen Lewis, with his first victory since Wake County last year, beats out Ryan Millington, who after 3 straight subpar finishes, rebounds with a much-needed top 5 finish.
Started off a little too low on air, and I hit the track for like the first 25 laps or so I lost a lot of track position there. I think we got back to 10th or 11th right at the beginning of the race, and really had to hustle to get back up through the field, and we were able to make our way back up to 4th pretty quick there around lap 50 to 70, somewhere in there, and I knew we had a really good shot at it, and that last yellow came out, and I was able to restart on the outside of Landen, and we got rolling, and I felt like I might have a shot for him. Just didn't quite have what we needed to, you know. Landen was really good all night, and I really can't complain. We had a great car tonight, and I don't really know what I would have changed to try to make it a little bit better.
Connor Jones rounds out our podium with a 3rd place finish, and Lanie Buice, with her first top 5 of the season, finishes 4th. Landon Huffman rebounds from an early spin to finish 5th. Cade Brown has still yet to finish outside the top 10. He finishes 6th. Caden Quapple had a flat tire early. He finishes 7th. Parker Eatman, in his first run with Hettinger Racing, finishes 8th, followed by his teammate Donovan Strauss in 9th, and Doug Barnes Jr. rounds out our top 10. Some other notables: Connor Hall finishes 11th. He was involved in 3 incidents. We'll recap his day later. Carson Lofton and Buddy Alves Jr. finished 12th and 13th. They both were involved in spins, as well as Minnie Tyrell. He was the last car to finish the race after being involved in 2 crashes throughout the day.
Had a really good race car. I thought we were going to drive up to the top 5, and I don't know what. I think Ronnie Bassett and Mason Diaz racked down here, so it just sucks. I mean, I wish people would use their heads a little better and quit running over each other, but is what it is.
Also involved in the big one with Tyrell was Ronnie Bassett Jr. and pole winner Mason Diaz. Andrew Grady had the heartbreak of the race, running top 5 before being hit with the mechanical failure. He finishes 19th. And Brandon Pierce, involved in a crash, he finishes 20th. Landen Lewis is one of the hardest working hot shoes on the tour. If he's not wearing a fire suit, he's wearing a crew shirt and wrenching on the car that during the week he helps build. Don't let the Harvick support fool you. Lewis is part of a dying breed of young racers that still work on their own stuff, and I'm not one to praise a fish for swimming, but the protege of Ron Hornaday, is due the respect. And if there's one thing we've learned in racing history, it's that if you crash on the Hornaday couch, you're bound to find success. I talked to Lewis after the race about the speed they've shown all year and finally closing the deal.
I think our biggest thing is like I tell everybody, the first one's always special. The second one's even better, just because we talk week and week after week of how competitive this series is, and it doesn't get any easier. I mean, I qualified at a 40 and the pole's a 37, and I was 5th. So it's just so hard to get one of these wins, and when you can get one, it's always super special. So this one definitely ranks up pretty high with my career, and just having good points nights and squeezing out top 10s and just trying to click away at it slowly.
Now, Lewis will be the first to tell you he's got a great team behind him. And as fast as the 29 car's been all year, the dominance they showed at Ace, winning both practices and the race, could be attributed to the extra hand they had this weekend, in the form of Cup Championship winning crew chief Rodney Childers.
So, what you doing here?
I don't know. Kevin texted me, I guess Monday afternoon, and asked me what I was doing this weekend, and asked if I could go over to the shop and help these guys a little bit. They've had a rough couple of weeks of ups and downs, and just trying to get back on track, and so really just having fun with late models again. This is my background. This is what I always loved, back in the day, and raced here myself, growing up, and it's a lot of fun this week just to kind of hang out with these guys and just kind of go back through the details of everything. They've got a great group of guys that work for them, and they all work really hard, and they did a great job putting this thing back together from last week. It was really tore up, and we had a good weekend. We weren't the best off the truck, and we continued to make really good adjustments all weekend long, and just got better and better and better and better, and that showed in the race, especially the long runs, that we had a great car.
Anytime you have someone like that come to the racetrack and help you out is special to me in my heart. I mean, someone that wants to do as good as I do, it always works out. And not to, my crew chief Miles, he's been working so hard, so countless hours, and there's hours that we sit there and think, man, what are we doing? And when you win like this, it just makes it all worth it. And just having Rodney a part of everything, it's funny because I come across the start finish line, I turn around, and I come on the radio, and I said, it's glad to have you back in victory lane, Rodney. And he come on the radio and said, obviously I know what I'm doing still. And that was just really cool to be able to get him that win and give him that confidence that he still knows what he's doing, and he's not a slouch. So hopefully we keep having him come back and keep getting victory lanes with him in victory lane.
You gonna come back?
I don't know. I mean, you know how it is right now. I'm taking it day by day, hour by hour. So, just trying to figure it out day by day, and what holds next. And I definitely want to continue to be in the Cup Series and continue to win Cup races. So, this is just a little bit of extra. A little bit of icing on the cake. And it's fun to win races. That's what it's all about.
Lewis's biggest competition all night long was the Lee Podium Performance number 03. And no, it wasn't Butterbean, but it was a queen.
Lanie, maybe not the finish you wanted, but still a top 5 finish. You finally finished one of these things off. Did you think you had anything for Landen Lewis?
Yeah, absolutely. I made a mistake there of giving up the lead, and I think that really cost us the win there. I think we had the car to do it. Lee Podium Performance, they brought a phenomenal race car to the track this weekend, and I can't thank Folsom Fin Supply enough for giving me this opportunity and backing me in this, and a great family and everything supporting me. All the people that are around me are just incredible, and I think that really helps a ton too. They don't give up, just like I haven't given up these past 4 races. So finally, I fixed myself. I cleaned myself up a little bit on qualifying, was able to qualify on the front row, and I think that really changed a lot for us momentum-wise, and then obviously these guys brought a fast car. So super thankful for them and their hard work this weekend. I think we had some for the leader, but we'll have to come back next week or 2 weeks at North Wilkesboro for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you finally finished one of these things off. It's been a rough go to start the year, but how good does it feel to get that top 5 in front of the sponsors race?
so good. It's incredible. I'm just super thankful. It's a surreal moment. I've barely even ever been able to start on the front row at any racetrack in the past few years that I've ran late model stock. So getting the opportunity to do that up front, just because of how good this team is and how much they've taught me and prepared me for the moments like this, is just incredible. And I'd highly recommend to a friend, anybody, lead pulling performance is a real deal. And so I'm super thankful for them, because I couldn't explain how much I've learned these past few weeks, and I can't wait to learn more throughout the rest of the car store season.
As you heard, it's been a tough go of it so far for Lanie, involved in incidents in each of the first 4 races. To no fault of her own, she just hasn't garnered the respect she deserves. She's got a lot of pressure on her. She's driving the championship car from last year, but after the top 5 finish, there's no denying or disrespecting the talent behind the wheel of the 03. Now folks, it's only race 5, but when we come back from break, we'll talk championship with our ace from Altima Hall and the no good, very bad weekend for point leader Connor Hall. But first, who doesn't love kittens?
State your name and occupation.
Landen Huffman, driver of the Industrial Battery and Charging Ring number 57 from Carroll Speed Shop in the car store. I'm a diehard Carolina Panthers fan. I have 2 wonderful, beautiful kitty cats, and I have a smoking hot wife.
So you gotta make sure.
Perfect. That's Landen Huffman, and this is On Tour.
Entering Ace, Connor Hall had a 9-point advantage over Cade Brown. And after Ace, he still retains the points lead, but after you see the highlight reel, you won't believe it.
Connor Hall is off the pace in turn 4. For the second week in a row, Connor Hall has a problem early in the late model stock contest. The way Diaz charges the quarter, they found
Connor Hall again spins. Strauss is in it. Bolger comes to a stop. Oh, they might look 3 wide though.
Look at Brandon Pierce.
Oh, he's not gonna make it.
Around he goes. Oh, wow. Just missed the tires that protect the end of the pit wall. That was almost the 3rd strike, and he was just about out of here for Connor Hall.
Point lead down to 4, pucker factor up to 10 for Connor Hall. As for second, with his win Saturday night, Landen Lewis has surpassed Cade Brown for the runner-up spot.
You are chipping away at the points with Connor and Minnie having trouble tonight. How much are you thinking points right now? How much are you thinking just go win races?
I mean, we're obviously, every time we show up, we're here to win races. That's not out of the question. I mean, we're here to win races and here to run good. And I mean, yes, we're thinking about the points. Obviously, we all are. But it's the 5th race in the year. We still got 10 more. So plenty of time to screw it up for sure. But here lately, just making smart business decisions. That's the biggest thing of what we've been trying to do and accomplish. And when they have bad nights like this, you got to capitalize on it. And that's what we've been trying to do the last couple weeks.
Heading into North Wilkesboro, Connor Hall retains a 4-point advantage over Landen Lewis, and Cade Brown drops down to 3rd but gains 4 points on Connor Hall, killing him with consistency. Landen Huffman is 4th, and Ronnie Bassett Jr. rounds out our top 5. That's going to do it for this episode of On Tour. The next episode will follow the biggest night in Cars Tour history. Friday, May 16th, after the NASCAR Cup Series pit stop competition, the Cars Tour from North Wilkesboro is live on Fox Sports 1. Hit the notification bell and subscribe for all post-race coverage from North Wilkesboro, and follow us at ATYL Media and at the Buddy Pulley for all at the track coverage. As always, support your local short tracks, and we'll see you after North Wilkesboro.
Give